Hello and welcome to episode 281 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. I am Mark. If this is your first time, what I do is every week, Sunday usually, used to be Thursday back in the day, but now it's Sunday, I will post a podcast in which I feature a live recording, colloquially called a bootleg, of Led Zeppelin or a Led Zeppelin adjacent artist like Robert Plant in this case, and listen to a few songs from it, talk about it a little bit, give a little bit of context, background, provenance in a way to tell you why this is what was going on at the time of the recording, anything special that happened before or after or around it, and then I say adios, and I offer on my website, heartofmarkness.com, links to the complete recording. Like I play a few songs, like 3 songs, but you can go to heartofmarkness.com and get the entire concert recording there for free, because that's how we roll, so welcome. So TLDR, I don't play the whole concert. This isn't a concert thing. Okie dokie. Today, I have for you, I was going to do a Led Zeppelin show. I was going to do St. Paul 1973 because that was being discussed on the Dogs of Doom Discord, which got me interested. And as usual, they provide great suggestions because they're listening to live stuff all the time, and they can point out the cool shit so I don't have to listen to every single show in its entirety. So yay. But instead of St. Paul 1973... I am doing Robert Plant, 1983, because I heard it on YouTube. It was an autoplay thing after a video I was watching, I think, on the Apocryphon of John, actually. It was rolled over to Dario Romero, who you know I love their remasters, and this recording of his remaster merge, he calls it a low-effort matrix of 2 audience sources and the soundboard source for this show, which is December 13th, 1983, at the Hammersmith Odeon in London. Robert Plant touring for his Principle of Moments album, which, if you are of the age to have experienced the early 80s firsthand and the rush of MTV, there were a handful of bands who attained heights, and artists who attained heights unparalleled. Groups like Yes and 90125, Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, that album, the one with Money for Nothing, and, of course, Robert Plant, Principle of Moments. They were constantly played on MTV all the time. MTV effortlessly took over from radio instantly, the instant it broadcast. And so these songs got oversaturated. In the Mood, Big Log, oh God, the other one, Other Arms. Overplayed. Great songs. Big Log is an insanely wonderful song. Brilliant, deep, stands up, even though it's from the 80s today. But holy shit, we've all heard it enough, man. Thank you, good night. Same thing with Yes, 90125. They were on tour, and like at number 1, almost every song from that album was a hit single. So from like 1983, 84, and then that was it. People were like, okay, thank you. I said good day. Same thing with Dire Straits. Almost every song off that album was a hit. You had Money for Nothing, you had Brothers in Arms, you had The Walk of Life. All tremendously huge, and they were on MTV, which means we heard them 30 times a day for like 18 months. And after which that time, we're like, I have heard that enough. I don't ever need to hear it again. And if it's been 40 years and I hear it again, I'm going to roll my eyes and go, Jesus Christ, not this again. That's what happened to Robert Plant. But this is 1983, December 1983, so he's still riding that peak. He is, oh my God, everybody loves the new Robert Plant album. Hooray, Big Log is huge. The videos are huge. It's cool. He is on tour for his first solo tour post-Zeppelin. He didn't tour for Pictures at 11. And on the U.S. tour, Phil Collins was his drummer, as he was for the album, because Phil Collins was his good friend at this point. After the dissolution of Zeppelin, Phil Collins and Robert became tight. I don't know if they were tight before. But, yeah. But On the UK and outside of the US, Richie Hayward from Little Feat is the drummer. On this recording, you have Richie Hayward, which I prefer because Richie Hayward is a badass rock drummer. And in this, as you'll hear, yeah, I am babbling a little bit, but it's good. Information rich, friends, information rich. What you're going to hear is that I think Richie Hayward's kind of rock drumming, forward drumming, pushes Robert a little bit to be a little more and Robert is in great voice. The TLDR for why I chose this show is because in listening to it, I was blown away by Robert Plant and his voice. Strong, forceful, strong. He let loose. And it could be perhaps that at this show, Jimmy Page was there. And he actually comes out for the second encore and plays. And this is noteworthy, of course, because at this time there was the schism kind of. Robert very much downplayed Zeppelin. He didn't talk about it. He didn't perform songs from it. And there was a tension between he and Jimmy that probably due to the solo career and pressures and things. And also Robert being on the upswing and getting out of that dark situation of drugs and darkness and addiction and bad vibes, where Jimmy was still at this point mired in it, although he was pulling out of it at this point too, having just 4 days prior concluded the Arms tour, where he was touring with Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton, which got him out of the house and got him on the path to wellness that would result in The Firm almost exactly a year later, and then of course further up the ladder to Outrider, Coverdale Page, and then back to Page and Plant, terminating with the Black Crowes, and then he retreated to his stately manor. All right, so all that's given. So why this is important is it's the second time Jimmy and Robert played in public after the dissolution of Led Zeppelin, the first being a year before in Munich, I think, at a Foreigner concert. Jimmy and Robert came out and they played and jammed on Lucille. I have never found a recording of that, although there is a photograph of that night, and everybody looks good, and Jimmy looks amazing, actually, considering that was not a great time for Jimmy looking amazing at all. He was kind of going with the Crypt Keeper look. He was in rough shape. So, Jimmy comes out on a high because he just got back from the Arms tour, and he is exhilarated, going, wow, people want to hear me play. I can still play. Holy shit, I want to keep doing this. There's hope in the world. I'm going to get my shit together, relatively, and go out on the road and get back out there. So Jimmy's on a high, emotional high. Robert, of course, is undoubtedly happy for him because even though they were a bit on the outs at the time, they're not enemies. So Robert's like, yay. So Jimmy comes out and plays Treat Her Right. It is wonderful. We'll hear that later. But for now, 8 minutes of talking. Jesus Christ. Let's play a song. Let's play Burning Down One Side. He kills it with this. Jimmy is not on this. Jimmy's only on one song. This is the band, but Robbie Blunt is badass. Hayward is badass, and Robert screaming. Listen to this voice, man.
How could I fall without you? 'Cause you're the
Now tell me that wasn't awesome. Tell me that wasn't worth waiting 8.5 minutes for. Yes, it was an 8.5 minute monologue. Sometimes people bitch. But it was not scattered. I did not go off topic. I gave context in the whole thing. So, there you go. I stand behind that. That was amazing, and I love it because, first of all, it sounds amazing. Thank you, Dario Romero. And the stereo imaging is excellent. And see what I mean with Richie Hayward? He's got a more bump-a-da-bump-a-da-bump-a-da-bump-a-da-bump to it. And the only thing that I missed was the Phil Collins, when it comes down the boulevard, L'Amour part. Great song, great performance. Robert's voice great, passionate, fantastic. I can't think of a better performance of it, although, I'm not really a Robert Plant 1983 tour, 1985 tour aficionado, but I've heard my fair share, and that was great. Now, moving right along, I would like to introduce you to our next dish in our sampler platter, and that is the aforementioned Big Log. Bow now 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 now. Bow down brow. Excellent song, and I stand by that. Fantastic song. Lyrics are amazing. Robert's deep and meaningless, as he always calls it. Beautiful song. So, shake off the fact that if you are over 40, well, actually, if you're over 50, Jesus Christ, over 50, you've heard this song 697 trillion times. Well, you're going to hear it 697 trillion and one, and by the end of it, you're going to like it because you're going to be like, God damn it, this song is awesome. Because, God damn it, this song is awesome. It's like Stairway. You get into it and you're like, fuck, okay. You got me, so hopefully you'll get me. It's as good as Burning Down One Side. Robert's voice, of course, amazing. And shows why he's the master, shows why he's Robert Plant. He came out swinging with his solo career and hit it out of the park. Here we go. Big Log.
Leading me Thank you very much. It's very nice.
That was awesome. I stand by that. Fantastic voice. That was, if you could not tell by the mood, that was the show closer before the encores, which is why I kept the thank you and some of the applause, because that was wrapping up the show before the encores. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Richie Hayward, I imagine, is playing the congas or the bongos or whatever was in the background. Added great texture, get some analog, something real, in addition to the drum machine. And Robbie Blunt's guitar playing, oh my God, evocative and beautiful. I was just listening to that. And then Robert Plant's voice, magnificent. Some long sustains there, some bends, some dips. That song was not an albatross yet. People weren't sick of it. It was beautiful, glorious, high watermark. Good. I hope you liked it. I did. Did you know? Oh, let me read you the set list. I realized I did not read you the set list. As I said before, you can go to heartofmarkness.com and get this recording, the Dario Romero Low Effort Matrix Remaster for free. He did it for free. He shared it for free. Well, they shared it for free. And now I share it for free. That's how it goes. That's the way the money works. Pop goes the measle. All right, the measles. Pop go the measles. The set list is the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Plant. Then In the Mood. Fantastic. Pledge Pin. Fantastic. Messin' with the Mekon. Worse Than Detroit. Fantastic. Through with the Two-Step. I like that song, even though the keyboards are wackadoodle 80s. Other Arms, great song. Horizontal Departure with Lively Up Yourself. That's right, the little reggae break he did, remember? Moonlight in Samosa, another slow one that's beautiful. Reckless Love. Slow Dancer. Slow Dancer's cool. Slow Dancer's really cool. That's a sleeper badass track. Like I've Never Been Gone, which is very good in this. It's long and drawn out. It's kind of, I don't want to say a jam because it's very 80s and keyboardy, but lots of push in that one. I almost included it, but it's just too long and not that dynamic. So, get it yourself, motherfuckers. And then we have Burning Down One Side, which is, as we heard, unbelievable. After that, Big Log, also unbelievable. Then they go into Stranger Here, Then Over There, which I realize now is not the, like, it's everything that I said about Like I've Never Been Gone. Like I've Never Been Gone, perfect song. Stranger Here, Then Over There is the one that's all extended and jammy and lots of push. Okay, sorry about that. And then after that, Stranger Here, Then Over There is Treat Her Right, where Robert brings out Jimmy Page. And Jimmy comes out again 4 days after finishing up the Arms tour. I don't know if that was again. I wrote that. I'm writing the post for this podcast as you're listening to it. I'm writing it. So I had written this, but I don't think I've told you. 4 days prior, on December 9th, 1983, Jimmy Page had wrapped up the Arms tour, which was the benefit for Ronnie Lane that had Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, and Eric Clapton, and was the thing that got Jimmy out of the house. I think I might have mentioned that earlier. Now it's all coming back to me. So, Jimmy's on a high note. Robert's, of course, like, yeah, come on, man. Yay, because at this point he was supposedly off heroin. Recently. So he was still a wreck. He wasn't off other things, but he was off the bad one. So, coming back, clearing his head, clearing his schedule, and getting ready to create, and then launch the firm. So, Robert Plant coming out. Jimmy Page coming out. Robert Plant's been out there the whole time, man. It's his concert, man. And, the spiel. My goodness. You'd think I was stoned, but I'm not. I'm sober as a judge. It's noon. I'm drinking water. I've had coffee. I am living a life of simple purity. I just babble, and I have ADHD. Almost diagnosed. Working on it. Working on the crazy. Got the pills, got the therapist. Finding out that I may have a little bit of neurodivergence. Surprise, surprise. You can find me. Well, you found me, so you know where to find me. It's a podcast. You find me where you find podcasts. However, I am also on X, formerly known as Twitter, Heart of Markness. I am on Instagram, Heart of Markness Zep Podcast. Follow me there. I am cool. I am scrumptious. Facebook. There's a Facebook group with a few hundred listeners. Heart of Markness is the name. You're free to join. Don't spam it. There's this weird account out there that's pretending to be Jimmy Page that's like, I love you all. Will you come to my birthday party? What do you think of this picture? That I had to cull from the herd because it's like, Christ almighty. Post pictures of Jimmy, but, come on. First of all, he's older than Mr. Burns. He doesn't have the internet, and he's said that for a long time. Motherfucker doesn't even drive. And if he did, he wouldn't be on Facebook going, here's a picture of me with Joe Cocker in 1968. Will you be my friend? So, that's Facebook. That's not like that. That's that other thing. Mine is perfectly normal with lots of good people. There we go. What else do we have? heartofmarkness.com, which I mentioned, which is where you go to find the links to this show. And it's all provided courtesy of the Titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. I am, of course, speaking of my patrons, You can go to patreon.com/heartofmarkness if you would like to look into supporting this podcast as they do. You get your own special episodes every month, at least 2. I just posted one yesterday, in fact. What was it? It was audio from the 1992 Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not baseball or football, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction of the Yardbirds, including the jam at the end with All Along the Watchtower with the Jimi Hendrix rhythm section, Neil Young, John Fogerty, Keith Richards, and Jimmy Page. Cool stuff. So, there's that. Again, Patreon.com/heartofmarkness if you're interested. And the current Titans are as follows: Keith and Tilda, Steve, George, Big, Ed, Kenny, John from West Footscray, Picard from Parts Unknown, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Wayne is wonderful. He always gives feedback when he listens to something. He's always like, "Yeah, Mark, thank you. I like this." Or maybe you could do this. Fantastic feedback, Wayne. I appreciate you greatly for myriad reasons. Myriad reasons. You're a solid dude. And then there is Brad. And then there is Danielle. And then there is Tracy. And then there is the supreme and wonderful, yet always other, David. Love you, man. Bonzo Billy, you too. Mimo, I love all these people. Mimo, I did not get your name out totally. Mimo is the final one. He is the first and most wonderful of my patrons. First among equals, as it is. First among equals. There we go. Thank you, guys. Now, if you want me to read out your name and say stupid shit about you, become a patron, and I will do so. If you want to throw money at me because you are inflamed with passion and devotion, but you don't want to do it every month because you're impulsive, but not consistently so, Ko-Fi, K-O-F-I, stupidname.com is where you can go and drop like here. Here's $5. Thanks, I really enjoyed that. You can go there and do that. No worries. Ko-Fi/heartofmarkness. There's a link on theheartofmarkness.com. I'm almost done. I also sell merch. Cool mugs, cool t-shirts. I've gotten a t-shirt to check it out. It's good. Feels nice. I'm going to work on the logo perhaps because it seemed a little big, but it's still badass. The mugs are super great. The stickers are holy shit awesome. Merch of Markness.com. MERCH of Markness.com. Or there's a link on my YouTube. Or there's a link at heartofmarkness.com. It's everywhere. Mark, what are you doing? I'm trying to get all the money in the world. So help me with that. All right, jumping back to it. Thank you for going with the spiel. Jesus Christ, I talked forever again. Now, we're going to play Jimmy and Robert Treat Her Right. Thank you, Daria Romero, for this excellent sound, and let's go.
I've got an old friend here who's unused as he is to public speaking, Jimmy Page. Okay, so we all, I suppose, all of us, you and us and the guy in the balcony, we all like to play things that are other people's songs, you know? Songs that you don't write or you don't sweat or cry over or anything like that. Maybe they mean something from way back. This is a song by, is that right? Okay. Is it that? Okay, this is a song by Roy Head. It's called Treat Her Right. Tell you a little story.
The voice. Robert went places he typically didn't go during his solo tour career until he got to Now and Zen and like turned 40 and realized that his stock was tanking and he started singing Led Zeppelin again and grew his hair out. But that was badass. Jimmy drove him and there was interplay there. It wasn't fantastic. Jimmy, of course, not in, it's not like he was all the way back. He had just, at this point, turned around from the dark path. He hadn't made it that far up, maybe the first step or two. But that was happy. That was ebullient. That was absolute joy to hear. Even though it was just a standard 1983/84 Jimmy Page solo, it still had some crunch to it, and it wasn't buried in chorus. So I like that. And there was some good licks there. It was nice to hear. And just, wow, Robert Plant. Goddamn, that was amazing. Hope you liked it. Thanks for bearing with it. I did lots of talking, but I stayed on topic, and it was hopefully illustrative. All right, you guys, go to heartofmarkness.com. Get this show, Dario Romero. They did a great job with this project. It sounds amazing and really, really elevates the enjoyment of the show. So go heartofmarkness.com, grab this show, grab the rest of them, grab some merchandise, and I'll talk to you next Sunday. Thank you very, very, very much, and be good to yourselves and each other. Talk to you soon.